Yeah, it was a 3-round decision. I wasn't really 100% happy with my performance, but some things I want to come back and work on in the gym. I was pretty happy with my wrestling, which I sort of attribute to obviously my coach John Kavanagh and my wrestling coach Sergey. It was basically a wrestling display, and I sort of was swinging the hammer on that one. So.
Would you say it's the biggest win of your career to date?
I beat a guy back on Cage Contender last year. I believe he was he was a stronger opponent. He had a record of 6-2, and he's a champion on Chaos. So I think maybe that was a more higher profile win. But I had the last guy on his back more times than a whore with a mortgage. So. I go back to my double leg. I love my double leg, so, and I'm pretty obsessed with wrestling, to be honest. So it's a passion of mine.
And did you play rugby or any sports before you?
Been playing sport my whole life. Played football, Gaelic football. Played soccer, all that kind of stuff. I swim. I lift a lot of weights. Constantly, I'm a personal trainer. So.
And which would you say translates best into MMA?
I guess. Just my overall determination on whatever I've really done in any sport. I don't ever quit. I don't give up on anything really. So I think that translates well to my wrestling, to be honest. Like.
So would you prefer watching the ground game or the stand-up?
No, I like to watch a good stand-up battle. I like to watch a good mixed martial arts fight, basically. To be honest with you, like I like to watch the whole package, like so. You know.
And what fighters would you like to model yourself on?
I like to model myself in my own style.
Do you have any street fight stories?
Me? Jesus. Not really too many street. But when I was a bit younger, I used to have a little few knockabouts. But there was one time I had a sling on my arm, and I gave a guy a nut, So it's kind of. But MMA teaches you a lot of discipline, teaches you a lot of respect and a lot of humility, and I think that's a beautiful thing in the sport, to be honest. So.
And how long have you been training?
Training close on about 2.5, 3 years now at the minute, and loving every minute of it. Training almost full time now, so it's I treat it like my job, and I like to be pretty professional about it, so.
You see a career in this yourself?
Yeah, I can see myself making a stab at this big time. Yeah, 100%.
And what do you think about Conor McGregor winning the Cage Warriors featherweight belt?
What can you say, really? The guy's a superstar. You know what I mean? He's destined for the UFC, I reckon. So we'll see him there, I think, pretty soon. So.
You think he's next after Gunnar?
It's hard to say. There's so many good guys in the gym. You've got Carl Pendridge, you've got Chris Fields. Good pal of mine there. Brian Moore is fighting now. He's fighting on OMAC in a week's time. Brian's a great talent as well. We're all of us here. Everybody's here is going to be knocking on the door, I'm sure, pretty soon. So. Not really. Yeah, I suppose it's probably getting pretty popular now at the UFC. So I mean. I wouldn't see like guys, I'm going to get this guy back for doing such and such a thing. But if I was coaching guys, I wouldn't like them to be intimidated, nothing like that. You know what I mean? It's having respect for your training partners, for your students, for your coach, all of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's important, and I think bullies. There's no place for bullying in the gym, and I think a lot of people walk into the gym that are so-called big guys, and they're talking humility, pretty quick.
And when you were training for your Monaghan fight, who were your main training partners?
My main sparring partners, I guess, was actually Owen Roddy, which is he's defending his belt, and he's going to do a good job of that. He's going to kick ass on the weekend. Brian Moore, Artem Lobov, Tommy Martin, James Heelan. The list goes on. All absolute great athletes and even better fighters. I genuinely believe, excuse me, if SBGi was based in America, I think there'd be a lot more guys in the UFC right now. I think that it's just the fact that Ireland and the UFC don't look in Ireland as often as they're going to be looking around the States, obviously, like that and stuff. John Kavanagh is a world-class coach, and I really think that in the next few years that there's going to be a lot more SBGi guys making tracks in the UFC, 100%.
And is is there such a thing as opportunities to go to America to try and try out, or does that ever happen?
There's obviously the Ultimate Fighter and stuff like that, you know what I mean. But there's obviously opportunities like the Ultimate Fighter. I'm sure like guys can go to different camps to maybe spar with different new guys, new bodies, whatever, you know what I mean. But I think under John, I don't think anyone's going to go too far wrong, to be honest. Like so.
Do you think there's no difference between here and other camp?
I don't think there's any difference. I don't think there's any comparison between John's coaching and anyone else's. I think his is a step above the rest. So yeah, 100%.
And did you start in this gym or did you?
No, I actually started MMA in the county I come from in Wexford there. Started training casually and just as a new sport, I just wanted to take it up, and I guess it just kind of travelled from there. I eventually ended up in SBGi after a few different routes and stuff like that, and I found the right place where I wanted to be. It's the best club, one of the best clubs in Europe, so it's and very, very strong team, and it's made me better as a fighter, made me a new fighter. So.
Of all the Irish fights you've seen, what would you say is your favourite?
Well, I haven't actually 100% seen the full fight, but I gotta say, from what I've heard, I've gotta say Philip Mulpeter, fighting for his belt and winning, he had his belt on and against John Donnelly, which I heard John gave a great performance himself, and Phil is they don't call him the Honey Badger for nothing. So.
Your favourite fight that you've been in that you performed best in, who would you say that was against?
I guess I'd say the one against Milan Kovac. I'd say my stand-up now. If I was to fight if I was to fight that same guy myself now, I'd kill him. No problem. Like my stand-up is sharper, everything. But it was a decent win. It was my first fight under John Kavanagh, and I feel I did okay in that fight, But I've improved a lot since then, and I plan on putting that into the cage now.
And when do you plan on turning pro?
I hope maybe starting next year is what I'm aiming for. So that's my goal, and that's what I hope to reach. So it's just I take one fight at a time, and I don't take any opponent lightly. Take everybody seriously, and I know what I can do. Doesn't really matter what he's going to do. So. And also I just like to dedicate my last fight to my dad, who passed away back in September. So that's what I just wanted to throw that in there. Yeah. So.